Hi everybody, my name is Liz Rivera. I'm the Gem State Medium. Welcome back. I think it was about 4 days ago, I had posted on my page about a paranormal experience I had while we were visiting in South Jordan, Utah. And that was just Saturday through Tuesday that we were there. We had gone down to visit my husband's mother and spend a little time, and his sibling lives there as well, like right around the corner-ish from his mom. She offered up her home because they were going to be out of town that weekend, and so we stayed in her home. So after we got into town, we headed straight over to his mom's. We had a little visit time, and then we went to dinner. By the time we got back, dropped her off, got back to the location we were going to stay, it was probably 7:30, quarter to 8. And so we brought our things in, and my husband took them upstairs to the bedroom where we were going to stay. And he kind of showed me around the place. He had been there once before. He suggested we go sit on the deck, on the patio, and we were looking around at the area because everything is relatively new. There's still construction going on across the street, and the park was, the grass area was still off limits because they were waiting for the grass to take hold before they let people walk on it or mow or anything like that. But a really nice, really cute area. He ended up going in the house to go get a couple of drinks for us. When he went inside, I stood up and kind of looked over the balcony and was looking at the area a little more closely. And across to my right, there was a brand new park. As I looked out over this park area, I noticed something in the grass, and I started really looking at it, and I realized that it was a woman laying face down in the grass. The grass was fairly high, little strands coming up because it hadn't been mowed yet, I guess. And it gave it kind of a prairie feel to it. And anyway, so I was looking at that, trying to just kind of take in, like, am I really seeing this right now? And it was all in color. She didn't look gray or foggy, misty looking like some ghosts do. So at first, for a split second, I thought it was a real woman, like alive. Well, not alive, but physical. And but I looked at her, and she had kind of sandy brown, blondish hair, but she was laying face down, so I couldn't really see anything other than that, and basic clothing. About that time, my husband came from in the living room and brought drinks, and it just kind of dissipated. I explained to him what I had seen, and, kind of talking out loud, wondering, was this maybe a murder victim? Now, I don't know what that says about me, but that was the first thing that came to mind. My second thought was, this could have been, somebody from way back. That night, when I finally went upstairs and had a few minutes as we were getting ready for bed, as I walked down the hall, I got a sense that there was somebody there. Couldn't pinpoint it, and tried to put it out of my mind, but there was a little bit of an uneasy feeling when I walked down the hall and into the bedroom. That night I had a little bit of a hard time sleeping, I think just kind of amped up from the road trip and being in a different place. The next day was pretty uneventful. That evening I got the same kind of vibe in the house along, the hallway and in the bedroom. We had gone out on the patio. I didn't see anything. The lady wasn't there. Never saw that again. When I laid down in bed, My husband was snoring a little bit loud, and I had thought about going and laying down in the spare bedroom. There was a little bed in there, and I thought, well, I'll just go lay down there. And I thought, ooh, do I want to? Because the feeling like being watched from the hallway was a little overwhelming to me. And eventually, probably at 1 o'clock in the morning, I thought, I have got to get some sleep. I'm so tired. I got up, went down the hall, and it was a little bit uneasy, but it wasn't horrible. Went into the spare room and laid down in there, and there was nothing. I didn't get the vibe. I didn't get the feeling. I didn't even feel like I was being watched from the hallway anymore, even though it was the same hallway connection. So anyway, I finally went to sleep and slept well. Now, the next day, when we got up, we went and did our thing and went to visit his mother. We ran to the grocery store, did a little few odds and ends, and when we got back to see his mom, she kind of let us know she was ready for a nap, and so we took her cue and we left and went back to the house that we were staying at. So it was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and when we got back there, my husband said, I think I'm going to lay down on the couch and just try to rest a little bit. And I thought, okay, well, I guess it wouldn't hurt me to lay down. I've been so tired and hadn't slept really well the last 2 nights. So when he laid down on the couch, I went ahead and went upstairs to lay down on the bed. In this bedroom, it had huge windows in there. It was kind of interesting because when we had slept in that bed and in that bedroom the 2 nights before, I had always slept on like the left-hand side, if you're facing the bed, and it was facing towards the master bath. When I went in and laid down in the afternoon, I laid down on the right side, which was where my husband had been sleeping, which faced the window. Not sure why I ended up laying that way, but I did. So started to doze off, and right as I started to doze off, I felt somebody come into that bedroom quickly and around the bed and right up to my face, and I felt the breeze. So not only did I feel them come in, but I felt the breeze come up, like almost if they would have moved through me, but it was like just that breeze as somebody came up towards my face. And when that happened, because I was facing the window and it was still very bright in the room, when it came towards me and came around this way, it blocked the light. So even though my eyes were closed, I saw it move in front of my face and felt that breeze at the same time, which made me instantly open my eyes. I was a little frustrated and was ready to get after my husband to tell him that he startled me and it wasn't funny. There was nobody there. I didn't see anybody. And I hurried and sat up. Well, didn't completely sit up, but I did like roll over and hurry and look at the bedroom door to see if my husband had left, seeing I was asleep or something. I don't even know why that thought would have run through my head, because he wouldn't have been able to make it to the door, because when I opened my eyes, didn't see him, I immediately turned to look towards the door and there was nobody there. So when I didn't see him near the door, I laid there and I listened to see if I could hear him move down the hall and down the stairs, and I didn't hear anything. It was just silent. Ghosts have always been a thing for me, and so being woken up by a ghost or something in the room isn't that extremely uncommon. And so for me, I rolled back over and tried to go back to sleep. So I'm laying on my side again, still facing the window, and I closed my eyes again. It couldn't have been 10 minutes or so later, and the next thing I knew, it felt like somebody had hopped up on the bed, at the foot of the bed. It wasn't like a bounce because it was a memory foam sort of mattress, but I felt the jolt of somebody hopping up, And then I felt the steps down towards my feet on the opposite side. So it, again, I hurry and open up my eyes, and I'm looking at the foot of the bed trying to figure out, what was that? There was nobody there. So again, I closed my eyes and tried to go back to sleep. I thought, well, maybe they're done now, hopefully. As I laid there with my eyes closed again, all of a sudden I heard movement downstairs in the living room, like somebody kind of walking, possibly moving something, because it wasn't just the steps, but I heard some movement down there. And then I heard that door to the balcony open, and there was a small pause, and then it shut. And at that point I thought, all right, between me being woke up or, jarred just before I get to sleep, and now I'm guessing my husband is up. That's great. Didn't get a nap in, and he's already up and ready to go and see, if his mother's up. So I got up and I went downstairs, and just as I came around and I saw him, he was still laying on the couch with his eyes closed, and I saw him, because as I came down the stairs, he opened his eyes because he felt me come in the room. So he opened up his eyes, and I said, I thought I just heard you up and around. And he said, no, I haven't gotten up yet, but I can get up. And he's sitting up as he's saying this. I said, I heard the door right here, like open and then shut. So I thought maybe you were up and going and out on the patio. And he said, nope, I haven't been out there. I've been here on the couch, and I didn't hear anything. So I came downstairs and got myself a water and kind of sat down on the chair, and I explained to him everything that had happened to me upstairs. After I had explained, we ran over to his mom's and picked her up, and we went and got something to eat and brought it back to her. By the time we got back to the house where we were staying that evening, I didn't hear or see anything after that. I didn't have any paranormal experiences, whatever. When I went to bed, I did have the little nervous thought that they're going to come back and I'm not going to be able to sleep, or they're going to bug me. But they didn't. And I didn't get that same creepy feeling. Like I said, I was nervous about going, but to actually have that there's somebody there feeling, I didn't have it anymore. And the next day we got up, we left. So as I put all of this stuff together and did the research, this is my conclusion as to everything that happened. I really think that what was there was on the land. And so building on top of all of this land, that there are ghosts still there. I believe when I got there and I saw the woman out in the grass where she had passed away, I believe it was kind of an imprint. I saw what had happened or where she ended up. And of course she dissipated. I do believe now that they realized that I saw them. And a lot of times ghosts will be attracted to me and follow me in some place. And I think that's what happened. And so they followed me and kind of watched from the hallway most of the time I was there. That afternoon that I tried to take the nap and I had all the encounters with this paranormal activity, I realized that in hindsight now, I do think it was the adult, probably female, that I had seen outside that came around the bed to check me out, let me know she was there, moved through me, knew what I was about, and left. I think the child was right behind her. And so that after maybe it was mom left, the child came in and hopped up to check things out too, and ultimately left when, right after the adult left. The noise I heard downstairs, the shuffling and moving around, and that front door opening and then closing, I think they left. I think they finally had a close enough look to see what was going on. And probably they even knew that we weren't the original people that should be in the house. So maybe they were just checking up, like, who are you and why are you here? But yeah, they got a good look, came through, left, opened up the front door, shut the door when they left behind them, and I didn't have any more experiences after that. So that was my experience, and I just wanted to let you know. I guess I'll hop off now and go get some stuff done, and I will talk to you guys later. I hope you've enjoyed this experience, and I'll keep trying to share when I do have these odd things happen. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for listening, and I'll see ya. Bye.